In this video, I'm going to share with you the step-by-step formula to manifest anything in your life. And this formula has helped me manifest a 22-room house in Greater London while living in one-bedroom flat. And this all happened in a year, literally in a year. It has helped me turn my annual income into monthly income, receive 2x of my annual salary, my annual corporate salary in a day in my business. And this has literally attracted miracles in my life and my client's life. So when it comes to manifesting anything, the first thing you want to understand is that creation is finished. Nothing is created or destroyed. Everything is already here. So according to science or religion, there is nothing more to be created. Everything is already here. So when you want something, no matter what it is, if it's a relationship, if it's health, if it's more money, whatever that is, it's already here. Now, how do you manifest it? How do you achieve it? Answering this question comes with the understanding of that thing is on a frequency. So that thing is already here, but it's on a frequency. And there is a universal law called law of vibration, which decrees that everything is vibrating. So everything in this universe is vibrating. And when you are vibrating, or when things are vibrating, or even if you're sitting on a chair that is vibrating, if there's a table, or if you're watching this video on your phone or on your laptop, all the things are constantly vibrating. And when things are vibrating, they have a frequency. So your desire is also vibrating at a frequency. And your job is to match the frequency. That means you have to vibrate at the same level. And when two things vibrate at the same level, they match the frequency and they get connected. So when you dial your mother's number or your friend's number or your father's number, what you're dialing is you're dialing their frequency. And you get to speak to them. So a mobile number, somebody's number is their frequency, is the frequency of their phone. And when you dial it, you speak to them. You know who is a powerful manifester? TV is a powerful manifester because it dials the frequency of different channels. So when you change the channel on your remote, the TV dials the frequency of that channel. So this whole world is operating on frequencies, and our job is to match the frequency of what we desire. That's what Einstein says, match the frequency of what you desire and you'll get it. It's not philosophy, it's physics, that's science. Now, the question is, how do we match the frequency? What does it even mean? And I have searched this answer for the last 2 years of my life. And when I found the answer, everything changed. So the answer is, matching the frequency doesn't just mean that you visualize and you affirm and you're constantly thinking about it and you really want it and you are forcing yourself to believe it or you are journaling about it. It is more than that. Because when you're doing your meditation, yes, you feel it. But after your meditation, when you get off the meditation mat, when the real life starts, you are not feeling as if it's already yours. You are questioning. Sometimes you have doubts. Sometimes you're looking at your current results and you're thinking, oh my God, how it's going to happen. I'm quite far from where I want to be. And all those things are taking you away from the frequency. So the question is, how do you match the frequency all day long? Because you're not just on the same frequency when you're on your meditation mat, but actually also when you're getting on with your life, when you're getting on with your day-to-day, when you're having those thoughts, those overwhelming feelings, those ideas. And if we really be honest with ourselves, most of the time we are not on that frequency, but our magnet is always on. So when you're not on the frequency, let's say you were not on that frequency for a few hours, and then you affirm, but then you were thinking about your current problems and all the things that are wrong and why your life is so difficult, then you get off that frequency. So as you keep getting off that frequency, you're still attracting from the quantum, right? So the question is, how do you stay on that frequency all day long? And this is where we talk about identity shift. Shifting identity. That means becoming a version of you who has already got it. So it's not something you want or you're thinking or you're affirming, it's who you are. So it's about vision into being, like Neville says, Neville Goddard. You take that vision and you become that vision. When you be it, this is who you are. But the being process is not very hard. It's not about changing you. It's not about changing your personality. It's not about changing everything about you. It all comes down to changing the way you see you. how you see you now has an attraction point. So when you're saying, I am someone who procrastinate, and that identity doesn't match if you're creating a dream business, if you're creating $1 million business, because that version of you wouldn't procrastinate. That version of you would be laser focused, would be very disciplined, would be very motivated, get up and be excited to create and offer their services and make a difference and income and impact. So that identity doesn't match. So all these titles and labels that you give yourself, they don't match. So I tell this to my clients that anytime you say something about you, I'm not good enough, I'm procrastinating, I don't have this, I am a very slow person, I start things and I don't stop them. All these things are something you think you are. It's not who you are because it's not on your birth certificate. It's what you think you are. And you can change what you think about you, but you don't need to change anything about you because you're born perfect and you're already born a match. You're already born that version of you. That's why you have this desire in the first place to get there, because you want to activate and meet the real you and see who you really are, and to grow and to evolve and to become who you really are. But the reason that you are still not a match is because you think you're not. So it's about changing the way you see you. And the first step is to say, how do I see me? Who am I? What is my current identity? What are the thoughts and beliefs that I hold about myself? In my program, Wealth Fountain, we go really deep and uncover this with 5 powerful tools. There are 5 powerful tools where you really uncover your current identity. How do you really see you? What do you think of you? Because most of it was created at a subconscious level when you were a child and you took on all those beliefs and labels. And sometimes we don't even know that we have them. So you uncover that because you cannot change anything until you know what it is. So you uncover, what is my current identity? What is my current perception of me? And then you start to take on a new identity. You say, what would that version of me think of me, feel about me, see me, behave in what way? What would I assume about me? And then you act in alignment to solidify that identity. So it happens at a spiritual level. You become aware. Then you mentally accept your new identity. That means peeling off those labels and taking on new ones that really match the version that you are becoming, and then embodying that version of you. And when you do that, you're automatically a match. That means without even thinking, feeling, or trying to feel that way, or forcing yourself to believe, that's who you become. That's when your subconscious mind gets attuned and activated, and it gets you to do whatever is required. So even without knowing, on autopilot, you do the right things. You start to take bold actions. You start to become so courageous. You start to feel so empowered. You start to feel like unstoppable. And why is that? Because your subconscious mind is now making you do everything. Because the thing is, we try so hard to consciously control ourselves, to feel good, to be disciplined, to work harder. But the truth is that you are running on autopilot. And your autopilot program is based on what your current identity is. And if you want to change things in your life, until you change that program, you're not going to be able to outperform it. So the key is to shift that identity by changing the way you see you. And then your subconscious becomes your magnet. It makes you operate on that frequency. You feel that way on autopilot. That means you attract from the quantum on autopilot, not just when you're on meditation mat. And you act in alignment. And that's when that things become natural. It becomes who you are. It's not what you want, it's who you are. And when we go from vision into being, you can achieve anything you want.